Hey guys, it's me, Shima Goodness, weighing in on this Bill Cosby situation. I'm sorry, it's so much pollen in the air. But so many people have so many different opinions about Bill Cosby, and nobody's looking at the underlying information. So, the underlying information is this. Yeah, true indeed. He was trying to buy NBC, and some of the elites um, set him up for the fall. And then at the same time, yeah, he's like a creepy old dude. So, but he was rich and famous. So you have to look at it like this. There's so many different angles. You know, it's not just black and white, like, oh, he was a rapist, he drugged those women and raped them. Okay, took advantage of them, because you have to look at the whole situation. Okay? And me, I don't like to call myself a like survivor or victim or anything like that of uh sexual assault. But yeah, I can understand both sides, put it that way, because I've been on the other end. I've been assaulted from like a very young age, and sexually, I know the type, okay? Creepy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the type. And Bill, he does fit the type, he was creepy. You, Not that I've seen him or met him personally, but I saw him on, I think it was a late night show, and a famous actress was on the show, and he was kind of trying to get at her, making all these little sexual jokes and stuff like that, like, why you gotta be so creepy? But at the same time, these particular women, you know, if you look at this at the time, you know, if you look back at the time that they were in, them women love taking Quaaludes. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. Especially a lot of white women, but some black women too, love taking Quaaludes. Y'all didn't see Scarface? Another Quaalude, she loved me in the morning. They love taking Quaaludes. 70s, 80s, that was Quaalude season. Like, that's what they love to do. Like, that's who it was for. Who was taking the Quaaludes? Majority was like white women, moms, to get over their day, dealing with being a mom and wife and everything like that. So you got to historically look at all the layers. So the fact that, yeah, I gave them some Quaaludes, but at the same time, you took this blue pill and you didn't know what it was? Really? You know exactly what the fuck a Quaalude is. You knew exactly what the fuck you were taking. Just keeping it real. Maybe they didn't want to have sex with Bill that night. You know what I'm saying? But you know damn well when you take them Quaaludes, what the fuck? How many other men you done slept with? Look at these women's histories. And, okay, yeah, don't cuss me out, because I know that you can't base rape off of how many other men, or you can't slut shame in rape. But you can keep it real. What's wrong with keeping it real? You went with this man. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about these particular women. You went with this man. Okay? He's a mentor to you. This man is a comedian and an actor. And you're an Olympian. So how is he going to mentor you? Mentoring you in what? What could he possibly be mentoring you about? Like, what connection do y'all two have, common ground? Is he like a real estate investor mentoring you on your new real estate ventures or life choices? Now he's a life coach. Whoever said he was a life coach because he was Heathcliff Huxtable. Now he's a life coach? Are you going to this older black man to his hotel rooms without a friend with you or without you obviously think it's safe enough to go because he's famous first. Oh, he's famous, so he couldn't do anything to, he couldn't do anything to he wouldn't do anything, to harm me or whatever. Okay. So you go with this man still over to Colorado cabins to spend the weekend. What do you think that is? Like, what do you think that is? Like, what did you think? It takes 3 days overnight to mentor you? Like, I thought mentors meet like at the office or something like that. So if he's telling you, can you meet me at my cabin? That's where I do business. You should have had a red flag right there. Okay, well, why would he do business there? You could have said, well, no, can you meet me? I feel, can you meet me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at my office? What were you thinking? And, I mean, they didn't know. No, don't play dumb. Don't play coy. Okay? Because I can smell through some bullshit. Like, I don't care. And I don't have any type of bias on this, guys. I really don't, because I have been molested. I hate creeps. I'm not saying he's not a creep. But what I am saying is there were so many creeps in that day and age. Like in the 70s and the 80s, it was creep era. Like it was the era of the creeps. Creepy old men, creepy, people were just leaving out of the 60s, which was the free love era. Everybody was passing out free love, in the 60s. 70s, everything's all groovy, 80s, that's when the drugs, 70s and 80s, but that's when the drugs really, really just hit. Really the 60s and the 50s with the heroin. But these Quaaludes and stuff, people were taking it like candy. Okay? So you have to ask yourself these questions, okay? Because I watch a lot of How to Get Away with Murder, and I watch a lot of Scandal, okay? Which makes me qualified. Okay, so all these questions that the prosecutor is asking him regarding these Quaaludes, you go back and look and see how they worded it. Okay, and what made me think about it was Diamond and Silk when they were in front of Congress, and Senator Jackson was like trying to catch them up in a lie or whatever, and they're asking about the dates, and then it was just like, y'all got to see it to know what I'm talking about. But anyways, like, look how the questions were worded. Like, did you give her a Quaalude? Yeah, I gave her a Quaalude. Do you think she knows? Did you tell her what it was? Because unspokenly, back in this day, it could have been, bitch, you know what the fuck it is. Bitch, you asked me to go get him. Or I keep him on deck. That's what they took, Spanish Fly. That's what they did in those times. Honestly, just keep it real. Just keep it real. So, do I think that he raped those women? I mean, I don't think he raped them. I think they were all just getting fucked up and high and fucked up. And fucking. And now, the elites had that on him. So now, hence, 30 years later, if he ever tried to pull some bullshit, guess what? You remember all them women, that we set you up with? Well, here they go. And they're all saying that you raped them. And we taking you down. And there's nothing you can do about it. And now you're going to look like shit to the whole world. And that legacy of a strong black man in the family image is going to be smashed. So now who we got? Let's see, we got Uncle Phil, maybe. So James from Good Times. We got James from Good Times, y'all. He was a good dad. You know, he was a good dad. Sanford and Son, Fred was a good dad. Now, y'all know Fred was a good dad. He loved Lamont. Like, he loved him. Like, he loved Lamont Sanford. Do anything for him. You know, so there's still positive role models and everything. But I guess the fact that he was a doctor and she was a lawyer and we're living in Manhattan, we're assimilating. That's what y'all wanted. So, I don't know. But I don't think that he straight up raped them women. I think maybe they all just got fucked up and maybe, you know, maybe they did something they didn't want to do, you know. Damn, I can't believe I, fucked that motherfucker last night. Like Stormy Daniels talking about Donald Trump. Like Stormy Daniels talking about Donald Trump. And Donald Trump talking about grabbing him in the pussy. He had told you what he did. I grabbed her in the pussy. Bill didn't say nothing, but only thing Bill said, I gave her a quaalude. Yeah, we had sex. Oh, you're guilty. Because those were your own words. You said it yourself that you gave them a quaalude. And you said it yourself that you had sex with them. Meaning, we all know that if they were on quaaludes, they couldn't have gave consent. So that's what makes it rape. So that's how we're going to convict you. You see how they do that word play? When really, them motherfuckers know what the fuck they took. And they knew they fucks off when they get high off that shit. And want some money. And need some money. And however we can get it, we're going to get it. Now, if it was like, oh my gosh, he pinned me down. Oh yeah, my clothes were torn. They were ripped. I had to come out. I had to call 911. I had to scream out, you know. That's really rape. Like when you didn't want to do it and you let that motherfucker know you don't want to do it. And no. This motherfucker takes that shit and you running out the house because he, in order to get you down, he has to punch you. He has to beat you. He has to hurt you really bad to have sex with you. And you're going to be like, it's not good at all. How I know? Because it's happened to me. I'm feeling shame. I'm feeling like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I don't have any bias in this, guys. Like, no bias. So my information that I'm giving you is the most accurate because I don't have any bias. I'm not tilted to either side. I'm just, recalculating all the information and telling you what the hell is going on because I can read between the lines. So everybody had some type of guilt in this. Even these so-called victims. Because everybody was fucking off back in them days. And the elites are still using all this information to play people like puppets, to get people in some type of mass hysteria. And tell me, how come the lady that was at the end of the video, and then when she was talking about how we won, and how we did, I didn't see not one tear. I didn't see it. I saw crocodile tears. Oh, yes, this is a great day for women, and this is a great day for the Me Too movement. What the fuck is the Me Too movement? Me Too? What the fuck is a Me Too movement? Okay? Me Too? Some bullshit. Me Too?